Was the first guy through the wall defending Dr. Fauci, defending his policies, defending the lockdowns. He's one of those psychotic scientists, truly like a mad scientist, who was out yesterday saying, Donald Trump better watch out. We got a bunch of new viruses ready to roll on, get a load of this, January 21st, 2025. Hold up. You're saying that the day after Donald Trump is inaugurated, you are primed and ready to release unto the world unknown pathogens and destroy President Trump once more. We better watch out.
People just feel under the weather and battle it out. But no one, for most part, has been so sick that they have to be admitted to the hospital, except for that one patient in Louisiana.
A Louisiana patient was exposed to sick and dead birds. It's the first case of bird flu in the country linked to the exposure of backyard bird flocks. CDC officials say this shows the virus can sicken people other than those in the poultry and dairy industry. The data shows there have been 61 reported human cases of bird flu in the U.S. since April.
Today, Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency because of bird flu.
That declaration follows an outbreak of the virus among dairy cows in Southern California farms.
Fox 7's Hal Eisner joins us now to expand on the governor's actions. Hal, what does this mean?
Well, that's the question. What does it mean when the governor declares a state of emergency for something like bird flu? First of all, what is bird flu?
Bird flu is a name given to lots of viruses which belong to a certain group, and they predominantly infect birds.
Dr. Suman Radhakrishna is an infectious disease doctor and says when bird flu gets into humans, and they've seen this particularly in farm workers, the symptoms include pink eye or irritation of the eye, runny nose, congestion, sinus headache.
Some people also get body aches and fevers. Some people just feel under the weather and battle it out. But no one, for most part, has been so sick that they have to be admitted to the hospital, except for that one patient in Louisiana.
That patient, according to the CDC, is over 65 with underlying medical conditions. They had severe symptoms. After some cases were detected in dairy cows on Southern California farms, Governor Newsom declared a state of emergency to streamline and expedite the state's response to expand monitoring and have a statewide approach to contain the spread. Dr. Radhakrishna says if the bird flu goes from a bird to a cow, it can possibly get into the milk and into us.
The pasteurization process kills the virus. And there was one child in Central California who got the bird flu because the child consumed unpasteurized milk. So our recommendation to the general public is do pasteurized products, whether it's milk, cheeses, butter, yogurt, what have you.
The governor's office says to date, no person-to-person spread has been detected in California, and nearly all of the infected individuals had some exposure to infected cows.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, if there is a single clip that makes me scared for what they're about to do to President Trump, it is this clip of Peter Hotez, who is a Dr. Fauci ally and research scientist. I want to set this up very clearly and very plainly because we're gonna have Senator Mike Lee joining the program to give us an update on Kash Patel and Pete Hegseth in just a moment. Everyone's saying, why would you pardon Fauci if Dr. Fauci is just this unimpeachable scientific voice who did his best during COVID? I'm going to explain to you why you would pardon why you have to pardon Dr. Fauci if you want him to remain out of federal prison for the rest of his life. Let's turn the pages back a couple of years. The date is January of 2017. Donald Trump is on his way into office. Dr. Fauci is giving a poorly attended lecture where no one's paying attention to him. You can hear everybody clanging their silverware in the background. This is at Georgetown in Washington, D.C., and Dr. Fauci lets the mask slip. Dr. Fauci tells all of America what's about to happen. That they are about to launch the largest biological warfare operation in human history against President Trump to destroy his term. I'm setting this up because I want you to see why Joe Biden is rushing to pardon Dr. Fauci and what they may have planned to destroy Donald Trump's second term and what we must do to prevent this from happening again. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the clip. This is the operation that they ran against Donald Trump. Luckily, this program pays attention. Here's your bloody glove. Go.
Is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
So there's going to be a challenge to the next administration. He says this on the eve of Trump getting sworn in as president. Why such certitude? Dr. Fauci is saying there will be a surprise outbreak in the next administration. He never said that about Barack Obama's administration. He never said that about Joe Biden's administration. He didn't say that about George Bush's administration. This guy's been serving since Nixon. Stop yelling. So why would Dr. Fauci, with such clarity, bang the table and guarantee there's going to be a surprise outbreak? The COVID-19 task force under the Government Oversight Committee released this report, ladies and gentlemen. The COVID-19 report details how Dr. Fauci used federal funding to create a Frankenstein virus. Hey, Alexa, can you pop that up in the studio here? Sorry for asking for this on the fly, but it is very well known. This report from the COVID-19 task force, which was just published this week, it details how this was a lab leak or a purposeful release of a virus. It goes actually into great detail in a 500-plus page report. Dr. Fauci engaged in biological warfare to destroy Donald Trump. We know this. We have this on the record. And now, lo and behold, there is a psychotic freak named Peter Hotez, who is a Dr. Fauci vaccine mandate goblin, who was the first guy through the wall defending Dr. Fauci, defending his policies, defending the lockdowns. He's one of those psychotic scientists, truly like a mad scientist, who was out yesterday saying, Donald Trump better watch out. We got a bunch of new viruses ready to roll on, get a load of this, January 21st, 2025. Hold up. You're saying that the day after Donald Trump is inaugurated, you are primed and ready to release unto the world unknown pathogens and destroy President Trump once more. We better watch out. All the more reason for Donald Trump to get his people in the chair so we can root this out